pause for just 1 second, because what you are about to hear in the next 10 minutes is something that most members outside of Utah have no idea is happening. And here is the uncomfortable truth. What is unfolding right now in the Utah stakes of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not just a local administrative story. It is a signal, a prophetic signal. And President Todd Christofferson, one of the most theologically precise and historically grounded apostles serving today, just confirmed it in language that should make every serious student of the Restoration stop and pay attention. Now, I know what some of you in Europe are thinking. Utah stakes. Why does that matter to me, sitting here in Germany or Sweden or the UK or Poland? Stay with me, because by the end of this video you are going to understand exactly why what happens in the heart of Zion ripples outward to every stake, every ward, and every covenant member on this earth. And before we go 1 second further, if you are new here, welcome to History Unmasked. This channel exists to pull back the curtain on the deeper patterns of Latter-day Saint history and prophecy that most content creators simply do not cover at this level. Hit that subscribe button right now, because we release content like this every single week, and you do not want to be the last one in your ward to know what is happening. Subscribe now, and let us get into this together. Here is what makes this moment so unusual. For decades, the Utah stakes of the church have been seen as the stable core, the foundation, the place where the church is most established, most culturally embedded, most administratively mature. If anything, observers have sometimes noted that Utah stakes can become a little too comfortable, a little too routine, a little too settled into the rhythms of institutional religion without the raw urgency of frontier faith. But something is changing. The leadership of the church is deliberately, intentionally, and systematically restructuring what it means to be a Utah stake member. And President Christofferson did not whisper this. He confirmed it publicly and with doctrinal weight behind every word. The question is whether you were listening closely enough to catch what he actually said beneath the surface of the announcement. Let us build the foundation before we get to the twist, because you need this context to feel the full weight of what is happening. The Utah stakes represent something unique in church history and geography. Utah is home to more Latter-day Saints per capita than anywhere else on earth. It is the historic gathering place, the seat of church headquarters, the location of Temple Square, the Church History Museum, the Family History Library, the largest concentration of temples anywhere in the world. When the church moves in Utah, it moves with intention. Nothing at that level of institutional geography happens casually. So when President Christofferson steps forward and confirms that significant changes are underway, the entire global membership should be leaning in. Now here's my first question for you, and I want you to genuinely think about this and answer in the comments below. Do you think the way the church is structured in your country or your stake reflects the same urgency and intentionality that church leadership is now demanding from Utah stakes? Comment below. I want to hear your honest perspective because this community deserves real conversation. Now, here is where this gets deeply interesting. Here is the twist that most people covering this story are completely walking past. When we look at the specific changes President Christofferson confirmed, they fall into 3 categories. And when you see all 3 together, a pattern emerges that is impossible to ignore. The first category is consolidation. Stakes and wards in Utah are being reorganized. Boundaries are being redrawn. Units that were separated are being merged. Units that were perhaps too large for genuine community are being divided. On the surface, this sounds administrative, routine even. But look deeper. Consolidation in church history has always preceded something larger. When the church consolidated in Nauvoo before the Exodus, it was not weakness, it was preparation. When early stakes were reorganized in the late 1800s, it preceded a massive wave of missionary work and temple building. Consolidation is not contraction. It is the gathering of strength before a surge forward. The second category is accountability. President Christofferson has been unambiguous about the expectation that Utah members should be leading the world in covenant faithfulness, not coasting on cultural membership. He has addressed the gap between those who are culturally Latter-day Saint and those who are covenantly Latter-day Saint. That gap, he made clear, is no longer acceptable in this season of the church. Utah stakes are being asked to raise the standard, not because they are failing, but because the world needs a Zion people, and Zion does not settle for average. The third category is temple-centered living. And here is where it connects directly to everything President Nelson and President Oaks have been saying. The restructuring of Utah stakes is not happening in isolation. It is happening in parallel with the largest temple building program in the history of the restored church. New temples are being built within driving distance of nearly every Utah community, and with that access comes expectation. The Lord does not build houses and leave them empty. He builds them, expecting His covenant people to fill them, regularly, intentionally, with purpose. Here is my second question, and again, I want your honest answer in the comments. When you hear that the Lord is raising the standard for members in the most established parts of the church, does that make you feel challenged personally, regardless of where you live? Because I think this message is not just for Utah. I think President Christofferson was speaking to every one of us. Drop your answer below because your perspective matters here on History Unmasked. Now, let us talk about President Christofferson specifically because his voice in this conversation carries particular weight that deserves recognition. Elder D. Todd Christofferson was called to the quorum of the 12 apostles in 2008. He is widely regarded as one of the most doctrinally rigorous and scripturally deep voices in modern church leadership. He does not use casual language. He does not make off-the-cuff remarks. When he speaks about institutional change, it is because he has been impressed by the Spirit and authorized by the First Presidency to speak. His confirmation of these Utah stake changes is therefore not a press release. It is a prophetic statement dressed in administrative clothing. And when you read his specific words, which we will unpack here, you begin to understand that what is happening in Utah is the prototype for what the Lord intends to happen across the entire global church. Utah is the laboratory. The rest of the world is the field. What gets proven in the laboratory becomes the standard for the field. Here is the historical parallel that makes this even more compelling. And this is the kind of connection that History Unmasked exists to make for you. In the early days of the restored church, the prophet Joseph Smith repeatedly emphasized that Zion was not a place you arrive at. It was a standard you rise to. He taught that the city of Zion, the New Jerusalem, would only be built by a people who had first built Zion within themselves and within their communities. The stakes of Zion, as Joseph described them, were the tent pegs of a great spiritual canopy that would eventually cover the whole earth. But tent pegs only hold if they are driven deep. If they are driven shallow, when the storm comes, the whole structure collapses. What President Christofferson is confirming is that the church is going back to Joseph's original vision. The stakes must be driven deep, especially in Utah, especially now, especially before the storms that every prophetic voice in the restoration has warned are coming increase in intensity. Here's something that should genuinely make you pause. Since 2018, church membership growth in Utah has actually been slower in percentage terms than in many international areas, including parts of Europe. Meanwhile, convert baptisms in countries like France and the United Kingdom and across Eastern Europe have been steadily increasing. The center of gravity of the church is shifting. International membership is now the majority, and yet the institutional and prophetic heart of the church remains in Utah. The changes President Christofferson confirmed are in part a response to this reality. The church cannot call the world to a higher standard if its own heartland is not living that standard. Utah stakes are being reformed so that they can once again become what Joseph Smith intended them to be: a light to the world, a city on a hill, a prototype of Zion that every European stake, every African district, every Asian branch can look to and say that is what we are building toward. And here is my third and final question for you today. If the church is actively raising the standard in Utah and calling its most established members to live with greater covenant intentionality, what does that mean for the stakes and districts in your country right now? What changes do you think need to happen in your ward or stake to match that higher standard? I want you to answer that in the comments. Be specific. Be honest. Because the best conversations on this channel happen when real members share real experiences and real perspectives. The message of this moment is not complicated, even if the implications are deep. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not slowing down. It is not settling. It is not becoming more culturally convenient or spiritually comfortable. Under the direction of President Nelson, through the voice of apostles like President Christofferson, it is accelerating, it is rising, it is being refined. And that refinement starts at the center and moves outward to every corner of the earth where covenant people are gathered. What is happening in Utah stakes is not a Utah story. It is your story. It is our story. It is the story of a people being prepared for something the world has never seen before, a Zion people, a temple people, a covenant people who are ready not just in their hearts, but in their communities, their families, their wards, and their stakes. If this video made you think, if it stirred something in you, if it confirmed something you have already been feeling in your own spiritual life, then please do 3 things right now. First, subscribe to History Unmasked if you have not already done so. We are building something real here, a community of members across Europe and around the world who want to understand the deeper patterns of the restoration and who refuse to settle for surface-level faith. Second, share this video with someone in your ward or family who needs to hear this message today. Do not overthink it, just send it. Third, leave a comment right now. Tell me what you think about the changes happening in Utah stakes. Tell me what you think needs to change in your own stake. Tell me if this video challenged you or confirmed something you already knew. I read every single comment on this channel, and I respond as often as I can because this community is not just an audience, it is a gathering. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching History Unmasked. The church is moving. The standard is rising. And you were meant to see this video today.